essay, which is worth 30 marks. We're told that John looked up the number of men and women in Ireland working in 5 different types of job in 2016. These jobs are labelled A, B, C, D and E. We're given a diagram showing this information, and in A part 1, we're asked how many men had job A. So looking at the diagram, in the key on the right, we're told that men are represented by the dark colour and women are represented by the white. So looking at job A, the rectangle representing men goes up to 60,000. So this means that 60,000 men had job A. In part 2, we're asked how many women had job D. Looking at the diagram and going over to job D, we can see that the box for women ends between 100,000 and 120,000. So halfway between these two numbers is 110,000, which is the amount of women that had job D. Finally, in part 3, we're asked how many people in total had job B. So looking at the column for men, we see that it's between 80,000 and 100,000, so it's 90,000, and for women, it's 80,000. So the total is 90,000 plus 80,000, which is 170,000. In part B, we're given sentences and we have to fill in the correct letter A, B, C or D in each case. The first sentence is the job with the greatest number of men was job blank. Looking at our diagram, the job with the most amount of men is job B. The second sentence says that almost all of the people with job blank were men. So looking at the diagram, we have to find the job which has a low amount of women and a high amount of men. And it's clear that this describes job A. So that's the end of part B. In part C, we're told that 40,000 men had job E and 120,000 people in total had job E. So we have to draw 2 bars on the diagram to show the number of men and women who had job E, shading the bars the same way as the other jobs. But before we do this, we have to work out the number of women who had this job. So we know that 40,000 men had this job, and the total number of people who had the job was 120,000. So therefore we can write the equation 40,000 plus the number of women is equal to 120,000. From here we take away 40,000 from each side and we find that the number of women who had job E is 80,000. Now let's fill this into the diagram. So here's what the finished diagram should look like. Moving on to part D, we're told that one person is picked at random from the people with job C. We're told that John finds the probability that this person is a woman. We're given 3 options and we have to tick which box is closest to John's answer. So to do this we have to take another look at the diagram. Looking at job C, we can see that almost the same amount of men and women had this job. So it's roughly half men and half women. So therefore the answer is close to 0.5. But we can take it one step further and find out the exact answer. So we can see that 50,000 men had this job and 60,000 women. So the number of women with this job was 60,000 and the total number of people with the job was 110,000. So we can write this as a fraction and work out the answer to find the probability that this person was a woman. And we get an answer of 0.54, which is closest to 0.5. So the correct answer is 0.5. And for our reason, we could say that roughly the same amount of men and women had job C. In the final part, part E, we're told that the ratio of men to women working in ICT in 2016 was roughly 7:3. We're then told that one of these people is picked at random, and we have to write down the probability that this person is a woman. So the ratio we're given is that for every 7 men doing this job, there's 3 women. Our goal here is to turn this ratio into a fraction. To find the denominator of the fraction, we add both numbers in the ratio, so 7 plus 3, which gives us 10. So therefore we can see that the probability of picking a woman is 3 out of 10. So for every 10 people, 3 of them are women. So that's our final answer. That's the end of this question. I hope you guys found this solution video helpful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.